Welcome back to another video. My name is Mark McGuire. In today's video, we have the F22 from Major Fitness. This is the all-in-one power rack. It comes in under $1,000. We're gonna dive into it, some pros, some cons, some things I like, some things that I think could be improved. You have a power rack, you have a integrated cable system, you have a multi-grip pull-up bar, and you have a 360-degree landmine attachment. We are kind of going to touch on all of those different components of this and see if it would be worth your hard-earned money and your space in your home gym. Who would want something like this? Somebody who does want a power rack to do those compound movements, but also somebody who wants that integration of the cable system. Getting into this, we'll talk about the rack first. This is a half rack design, 3x2 inch uprights, 1,000-pound weight capacity for the J cups. Obviously, this thing is gonna be able to handle all the weight that you can throw at it. 82.5 inch height. It can fit under garage doors like you see here. It can fit in basements. It's got a compact design, which is preferred for the home gym. It's got the 1-inch holes and it's got 14 of them. Every third number is laser cut, which is a nice touch. It's easier to identify which hole you're putting it in, your J cups, your spotter arms. For what this is, the dimensions and the 3x2 and the 14 gauge steel, this thing feels extremely stable from side to side. There's no real sway or anything. Put together, assembled, I think it's like 240 pounds. Compared to some other budget options that I've had the opportunity to review, this definitely seems the most stable and the most able to deal with some of the weight capacities and whatnot. Getting into the cable system, which is like this thing that everybody wants integrated nicely inside their racks nowadays. 17 different height adjustments for the cable, so it's got the two independent pulley systems on each of the uprights, which is nice. It's got 2-to-1 pulley ratio. If you load the weight up and you put 90 pounds on one weight carriage, the field weight's gonna be 45 pounds. The weight carriage is angled upwards, 2 of them on each side, so you can load up a bunch of weight. I loaded up like 190 pounds for some heavy pulls. The cable felt great. The plastic pulleys, I feel like for this work just fine. I added some WD-40 to just kind of lubricate things, and it seems to be working extremely smoothly. I have no issues with the smoothness of the cable travel, especially for the price point. Plastic pulleys, like, these things work. Major Fitness sells like a weight stack option. It would be something just for simplicity's sake and ease of use if you wanted to add a actual weight stack to this. The cable weight carriage, I feel like, does a good job. There's been even times I've been utilizing this uneven on each side, so I would have like a 35 pound on one side, 10 pound on the other side. It felt pretty good. For the smoothest experience, I feel like you're gonna wanna even it out on both sides. Getting to the actual cable like trolley system that goes up and down the upright, it leaves a little bit to be desired. It's got like the rollers that are supposed to assist it going up and down the uprights, but I feel like the rollers don't even roll, so it's like you're just picking this thing up and kind of forcing it up the upright. And then when it comes to like the locking mechanism, you can kind of pop this thing out, and then once you get it in the hole, you can kind of tighten it to really lock it in place. It just feels sketchy. Maybe better pop pin or something. It's just inherent with these all-in-ones. To adjust the trolley on the outside, I have to take off the J cups, the spotter arms, and now I'm like scrambling to figure out where to put them, obviously on the floor, but I think it would be cool if there was like some built-in storage or maybe pegboard just to store the J cups and the spotter arms up and out of the way. That's the cable system. All in all, like, you're getting this for those two things specifically, and I think Major Fitness, like the 3x2 uprights and design of this rack, they did a really good job with it. One of my favorite parts of this rack is going to be the pull-up bar. I'm not ashamed to say it, that the rubber grips feel nice in hand. The two different options for hand placement are like perfect. They're ideal for me anyway. And the fact that it is only 82 inches tall, I can easily bend my knees and do pull-ups, strict pull-ups that way. A lot of people will complain about this handle style, saying it spins.
This one specifically doesn't spin on me. The fact that it doesn't spin, it's got a nice rubber handle where I can sink my hands in and really get like a good contraction when I'm doing a pull-up. I was considering like a 93-inch rack just so I can like jump up to do pull-ups. But honestly, the height of this, me being 5'7", like I can just bend my knees a little bit and I can still rep out pull-ups. Getting to the 360-degree landmine, obviously, you either use a landmine, you hate a landmine, you don't care about landmine exercises. I personally do enjoy landmine exercises, some of the rotational stuff you can do, or even the simple T-bar rows. I like the landmine. I like the fact it's 360 degree. It's kind of like out of the way. I don't find myself like running into it or hitting it when I'm not trying to use it, so that's been good. The placement on it is nice. People kind of like just expect to, with these kind of packages, to get a landmine thrown in, so I think it's nice. But prior to having all this equipment, I was just throwing a boxing glove on the end of a bar and doing landmine exercises that way. So having this is a lot more secure. Those are the four like main systems. We went through the power rack, we went through the cable system, the pull-up bar, and the landmine exercises. This thing also does come with a bunch of different attachments, a bunch of different band pegs. I don't have bands to utilize those, so I haven't really gotten into that. Dip bars, handles, they go on each upright and they kind of meet in the middle. There's a couple different widths that you can choose from. It's got D handles, it's got a straight bar, and it's got a lat pull down bar. It gets the job done and it gives you a couple different options if you are just getting started and you don't have anything else. Weight storage on the back, maybe not an ideal spot if you were trying to like put this up against a wall, because the only way the weight horns, storage horns go is facing to the back. Then it's just got a couple different hooks for your attachments. I haven't even mentioned the J-cups and the spotter arms, which are the two best attachments because they're well done and they got plastic where you need it. Even the J-cups, it's got like that flat design. I'm really enjoying those. They seem like heavy duty and high quality, which is cool. That's the attachments that come standard with this. You don't have to pay extra for any of those attachments. And not only these attachments, but if you look on their website, they sell their own like mag grips. They have a leg extension leg curl, which I'll probably do another video on, lever arms. So Major Fitness has a bunch of different attachments after the fact that you can add to this as well. Mix up your training and add a little bit more versatility. Major Fitness is doing some pretty cool things. This is their F22, but they have a lot of different all-in-one power rack packages. I mean, I would like to get my hands on one of the Smith machine ones to kind of compare that. If I could say anything for areas of improvement, I would just say like the trolley system. Maybe fine tune that just a little bit for a more enjoyable experience. You're moving up and down the uprights like constantly. We'll say the powder coat on this looks good too. I didn't mention that, and I also didn't mention the unpackaging and the assembly of this. Honestly, like I've had some other companies in here and the packaging has been awful. Major Fitness, everything I've had from their leg press, hack squat to this, it's organized within the box, and then the assembly instructions are pretty good. I was able to put this together by myself in 4 hours. I had like a ratchet set to help move it along. I know like it would kind of take away from my ability to like walk through the middle of this thing, but I think it would be pretty cool to have some sort of storage shelving or a pegboard where when I want to use my cables, I can just easily take off my J-cups and my spotter arms and I can like put them up on the pegboard or lay them on a shelf right there instead of throwing them down on the ground. Honestly, I feel like for less than $1,000 getting this home gym package, this is far and away the best all-in-one power rack that I have reviewed so far. So Major Fitness, I know they get like a weird rap for just being like marketing and sending out all this free equipment, but honestly, this is a good place to start. You got a life, a wife, kids, and you're starting a home gym trying to better yourself, this will get the job done 100% of the time. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd really appreciate if you would hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of Major Fitness as a company and if you would have something like this in your home gym. Either way, thank you again for tuning in. Keep working hard, and I'll see you in the next video.